Hello, and let me ask you something. What is crazier than Porsche putting an electric motor into a 911? I'll tell you. Them putting two. Yep, I'm in Andalusia in Spain, and I'm driving the all-new 992.2 Porsche 911 Carrera Turbo S. So yes, this is the new 911 Turbo S, and it's almost an all-new car in very many respects. They've taken the 3.6 liter block, very similar to the GTS, and instead of one turbo, they've now got two turbos, one on either side. I'm driving the Cabrio, and the other side of the coin, apart from this freaking whirlwind shove, is that you can drive this car on Spanish country roads quite comfortably, quite happily. It's beautiful, it's easy to drive, it's so approachable, and it's so adaptable. The chassis is really good, the suspension's really good. And then, as I say, when you do really want to just get to the next corner slightly quicker than the next car, you just the motor is fantastic. It's the kind of thing that makes you want to laugh out loud, like I just did now, but at the same time your eyes go big because it's actually quite scary, I gotta be honest. Alright, let's just talk about the balance and the chassis of this Turbo S. One of the traits of the Turbo S is a wider rear track. This car, of course, has that. So whilst the car is not wider than the 992.1, the track's been slightly increased, and that makes for a slightly more agile car. This car has rear axle steering, and I promise you, it rotates with such ease. I can't tell you. We've been in mountain passes this whole morning, and just the way it turns, it's not just easy, but it's predictable. And you can gauge what's going on with the car. It doesn't matter what speed you're doing. Right, so let's talk about this powertrain, because it's headline kind of stuff. So they put a turbo now on each side, two turbos, into which they put an electric motor. And that helps spool up the turbine much faster, now up to 145,000 revs per minute. And that means essentially there's just no turbo lag. There's 523 kilowatts of power, and it's instant. It's just go. It's instant. There is no more turbo lag, I promise you. And coupled to that 8-speed P to K, the car is on a powertrain level. Yes, it's 80 kilos more, but my word, it's fast. My word, it's fast. But it's not this tail happy crazy thing. It's quite composed, and in fact, as much as it is heavier, it almost feels lighter on its feet. It feels just easier, more communicative, faster, yes, but just better, just easier to drive. And I guess we got to talk about the chassis, which is also now there's an electric motor in the front of that PDK 8-speed box. And that electric motor, because it's electric, does a few things better. It works with Porsche's dynamic chassis control, which means it's adaptive, but it's faster at being adaptive. It also helps with axle lift. Axle lift is standard kit on this car, and that axle lift is much faster, and it doesn't rely on what your revs are, what your engine speeds are. It's immediate because it's electric. And that's really good as well. And then just in terms of aero, you'll see the flaps in the front a la GTS, same on this car, and that's to get as much air into the intakes as possible. But there is also, it's active, so when it's closed, the car is more aerodynamic, and when it's open, it's feeding cooler air in to cool the car down. There's also active aero under the car, so you'll see, well, you won't see because you'll be driving, but you'll see flaps under the car that also help with aero, with air flowing under the car. It's quite a clever little thing, but all you need to know is the Turbo S is the most powerful 911 turbo ever. They did it again. I'm going to be pulling into the famous Ascari Circuit right now because I'm going to go from a Cabrio driving on country roads to the Coupe version driving on what is one of the most difficult racetracks in the world, for me anyway. It's been a time since I've been here, but well, I guess you're gonna see that right now. But I think for a start, just to say, the car is absolutely viciously powerful. Okay, so that's absolute. You put your foot down and it goes. But the thing that's quite amazing is it's quite forgiving. So if you overcook a corner, the chassis is working to rotate the car anyway. So I'm getting into one of the faster sweeps. It's a 157 k's an hour corner, and it's actually quite, I don't want to say docile, that's certainly not the word that I would use. It's just usable, and then hard on the brakes, rotate. So as much as I know that I'm going quite quickly, the car feels like it's doing a lot of the work for me. Not in any bad way. It's not taking away the experience. Not at all, in fact. It's simply so good. At no point during this drive have I lost traction. At no point during this drive have I felt like, you know, I lost it there or I overcooked it there, because everything is just so manageable. The thing that makes a really good car is control, right? Being able to feel what the car's doing underneath you. And this is what I feel. Just remember, this is not a GT3. You know, this is a Turbo S. This is a car that I can drive on the road, and yet here, hard on the brakes, rotate, and it feels so solid, so planted. I have to say, I'm really impressed. Well done, Porsche. You did it again. Just when you think it can't be done, Porsche goes and does it again.